Welcome to the Warning Track Power Hour. I am Dr. Andrew Scaff. He is Dr. Michael Werman, Esquire. On today's show, we'll get eventually into the continuing to be quite bad Kansas City Royals, dropping another game today. We'll also talk about the NBA and NHL finals now underway or about to be underway. But we'll begin today not with Kansas City Chiefs offseason news, but just general NFL offseason news. A couple of big trades, player movement in the last day or two in the NFL. Uh, Bigger move. The two big moves, I guess, from the last couple days have been the AJ Brown trade from the Eagles to the Patriots and the Myles Garrett move from Cleveland to the not St. Louis, but Los Angeles Rams. Mike, I'm going to just assume that you don't really care too much about the Patriots grade, and focus more on the Rams move. Now, is the Myles Garrett move to the Rams make them the premier defense in the NFL now?
I think it helps a lot. I'm not sure. They traded away Jared Verse, who was a pretty good player, to the Browns. So they basically swapped defensive ends, and then they gave the Browns three draft picks, a first, a second, and a third, over the next 3 years. Um, Garrett is 30, I think 30 years old. So he was the number one draft pick in the Patrick Mahomes draft 2017. So he's maybe aging a little bit, but he seems to be pretty much in his prime and doing well. And supposedly, the acquisition of Myles Garrett um, led to Aaron Donald saying he might come back. I don't know if that's something that would happen or not, for really, but if he did, maybe they would have the top, and he was able to play at a premier level. They would have the top defense. They also got, of course, two of the Chiefs cornerbacks from last year, uh,
Yeah,
um, Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie. But so yeah, they seem to have gone all in. They are ignoring first round draft picks in most of these cases because they picked a quarterback of the future for their first round pick this year. And this was their first rounder they've had for a while. They traded one of the other first rounders they had to the Chiefs for McDuffie. So they're going about building their team in a very different way from most other other franchises who are
yeah,
tend to try to hold on to their draft picks, or at least some of them. Um, so I don't know if they're the best defense or not. They have the splashiest names. Maybe they have a really good pass rush and maybe a um, good secondary now. But yeah, it's hard to say how everything will gel together. There's injuries or things like that. So I don't. I think they're the
right.
favorites right now. I think to win the Super Bowl. I think they went down to, I think, 6.5 to 1 odds uh is the Super Bowl. Let's see. They are plus 600, so 6 to 1 odds. The Ravens are second at plus 10 or 10 to 1. Seahawks 11 to 1. Bills 10 to 1. And then the Chiefs are 15 to 1 right now to win the Super Bowl. That's according to Vegas is
Yeah,
predictions. So I guess yeah, they let the Rams improved their team for sure. Yeah, it's all going all in. Um, you can only gave Stafford a big 1 year contract, I think for $55 million, something like that. So I don't know how they're
yeah.
affording everybody, but apparently they are for now.
They've
But
figured out how to handle it, I guess, for at least the 1 year.
yeah, so we'll see. They're trying to win this year. So
Like
uh,
immediately, right? Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
that
1 year sort of plan.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have Stafford more than another year or not.
Yeah,
This year seems to be the year they're gonna have to go for it all. If Yeah, I think it's putting all their eggs in one basket, but you know, it's a championship
sacrificing
that
future years for this one. Yeah.
they're looking for. So
Well, and they are in probably what was the most competitive division in the NFL too, with San Francisco and Seattle right
Yeah,
there,
yeah, all three of them
both
are.
making the playoffs. Yeah, alongside of them.
Yeah, and then with Arizona as the also ran.
It
Um,
will be quite different next year than they were the last several years. There was
yeah,
a
we got no
lot
Kyler
of movement
Murray,
there too.
Jacoby Brissett, or Gardner Minshew as the starter. Um, but I think they're playing. They're playing for the future, probably playing for next year. See what
Mm,
if they can get a quarterback. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, it seems like the Rams are going all in now. It was similar to what the Patriots were trying to do with AJ Brown. I think going all in early on, while they could still cash in on Drake May's cheap contract. Uh,
yes.
I don't know
What
how.
was I right in assuming that you cared more about the Rams than the Patriots in general?
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right.
Generally, you don't seem to jump up and down with any Patriots news.
I just don't think the Patriots are very
Yeah,
as good as they got in the Super Bowl. Yeah, but they were, I think, fortunate to be in the Super Bowl last year. And I think that's usually the team that loses the Super Bowl doesn't come back for a
yeah.
while. So, um, especially
But
they're
it's
just
also like they kind of made it in a year where all of the superpowers kind of had bad years at the same time.
yeah, they were very fortunate. And then they got fortunately cashed in on a Bo Nix injury plus uh, weird weather phenomenon that happened in the AFC Championship game, where nobody could score any points in the second half because they happened to be ahead 7-3 or whatever it was. It was just a weird
Yeah,
situation, and then they were ne it
because
would
the first half the weather was like sort of okay, right? And then
yeah,
it became like unplayable as the game went on.
yeah. It was never, yeah, and then they were
Yeah,
never really in the Super Bowl. It was kind of a drubbing from the beginning with Seattle just dominating. So it was, yeah, I don't know about New England's. I guess they got a number one receiver. They had Stephon Diggs. I guess they think Brown's an improvement over what Diggs was. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's everything fell into place for the Patriots last year, and I don't know if
yeah,
that'll happen this year. They'll have a tougher schedule and have to play better teams um, as well.
but yeah,
So
because they were playing what a fourth place schedule
yeah,
last season,
yeah,
which they
and they were
won't be able to run
playing
this year.
not very good division. They were playing. They didn't play. I don't think they played any of the AFC West. I don't think they played any of the. Um, they lost to they lost to the Raiders the first week of the season. So that was
Right.
remember that. So that was the only AFC West team they played. I guess the Chiefs lost to the Raiders as well, but
The Chiefs had a pretty bad season though last year.
that was
So
at the end of the year when they were losing to everybody without Mahomes. They were, I
yeah,
think, one of the.
possibly actively trying to lose
No,
on top of not being good.
I don't think they cared about winning so much.
They definitely did not.
Um, I'm sure they wanted to win, but it's not. Yeah, it probably helped that they didn't win.
Yeah, there's a difference between like players wanting to win and
Yeah,
franchise wanting to win.
yeah. Um,
The no uh no
uh,
Chiefs news this week, right? Nothing
no, not really. I guess the
that
biggest
moved the needle.
Juju Smith-Schuster was signed by the Giants, so he's
Hmm.
back on the Chiefs, back for the Chiefs. The Giants also signed Odell Beckham Jr. I saw something that says that the Giants they signed the best wide receivers in 2018. They'd be really something this year, but uh,
Yes.
they're they're both I think on the tail end of their careers right now.
Yeah.
But so we'll see what happens. With the Giants. That's Matt Nagy, I guess, as the new offensive coordinator there for
Good luck with that, New
yeah.
York Giants fans.
Yeah, well they do have a better coach. Now they have John Harbaugh as their coach, but
Yeah,
They still have a noted Trump supporter Jackson Dart as their quarterback, which caused some controversy, I think, in the locker room with his doofus, doofusity.
that's the word right there. Got
Yeah,
it. Landed on it finally.
yeah. Cam Scattaboo is being sort of an idiot as usual. So I think probably, um, yeah. I don't know how long they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do next year. Malik Neighbors is their best offensive player. He's coming off an injury too. So, but yeah, the G-men probably not looking so good, but maybe improving next year over with Harbaugh as coach. But yeah, that's the only Chiefs news I really saw was former Chiefs players signing elsewhere. I haven't. Just seems like Mahomes is playing.
At least
Uh,
making OTA appearances.
yeah, playing well. Um, I yeah, there's not a whole lot of um,
News or
news
video really even
news
out of that.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a whole lot anyway. Not much. Pretty quiet, which is fine. It's that time of year. You really don't
yeah.
need to hear a lot about anything from the Chiefs unless they're signing somebody. But what a lot of those free agent wide receivers are still out there as free agents, except for Juju Smith-Schuster and Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
So there's still that sort of keeping an eye on who's out there and who might the Chiefs be looking at to maybe get some extra support from Mahomes.
yeah, they might, I guess it's possible. Still, Stephon Diggs is out there. Um,
Tyreek
uh,
Hill.
Tyreek Hill, of course. Keenan Allen. Some, again, sort of players on the maybe on those
DeAndre
down
Hopkins.
slope of the career. Yeah, Hopkins, who they had a couple years ago, he would just be at this point depth. I think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, what once great players that maybe are now at varying stages of still competent players. Uh, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And we have a few more weeks until training camp begins. Several more weeks until training camp begins, and we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we'll have the World Cup, things like that. The Champions League final finished. Your prediction of PSG Paris Saint-Germain as the winner came true. They beat Arsenal 1-1 in in penalty kicks.
But only because they did not swoop in and listen to your advice last week and change the format of the final to
Change it
a
to the last second.
three-legged.
Three-legged final. Yeah, I think they should have a three-legged final. It's a bigger deal. They'll play two more games. There'll be
Yeah.
one in each home stadium, and then they'll still have the neutral site game to determine everything. So I think that could be really
It would
um,
you would end with the neutral site game, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Or the
yeah.
neutral site leg.
End with the third leg. Yeah, end with the neutral site leg, and then yeah, I think the third. Yeah, that would be the really determine who the best team was rather than just have one
Aggregate
single.
scoring.
Yeah.
If aggregate is tied, shootout after the 270
Then
minute game is
they can do
completed.
shootout after that, or at least after a short overtime period. They can,
Play an extra 30 minutes on the 270-minute game.
yeah. Well, they'd be playing over three. Be playing over a week and a half probably. So it wouldn't like be
Yeah.
they'd be that worn out. They'd be tired after one game, of course, but I think they should still have a overtime
Yeah.
period. But
You
so
don't
now,
think they should play it like morning, afternoon, and night, the three
uh,
legs?
if no, that would be silly. Um, yeah.
Three
So that's
over like what, a week?
Yeah,
three individual weeks? Do you go like an entire media week between
I
each
don't think yeah, I don't
game?
think you need to wait. I think don't need to wait a whole week. I think we have a midweek, weekend, midweek. So over a week, maybe over 8 days, something like
Like
that.
a Sunday, Friday, Sunday, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Because you want like the big TV audiences.
Yeah, Tuesday, yeah, Saturday night or then like Wednesday and then
Back
Sunday.
to Saturday,
Yeah, something like
Sunday,
that.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's my goal. But we'll have the World Cup coming up. I guess teams are starting to make their way to North America to if they're not already there to begin the games. When's the first game? The June?
It's pretty soon.
It's I think it's going to be June 11th. So we'll have
June 11th.
it'll be next Thursday. So the week. So we'll have to have our maybe some minor World Cup preview next week, um,
Yes.
since Mexico takes on South Africa.
The first game in Kansas City is June 16th.
USA plays first on June 12th against Paraguay
Yes.
at SoFi Stadium.
That's LA, right?
Yeah, against the Paraguayans. I don't know. There'll be a lot of large Paraguay contingent in the crowd. I don't know how many people from Paraguay there are in the United States. It's a small country. So
No
maybe it'll
idea.
be a primarily American crowd. I don't know. If it were, yeah. So yeah, we have that going. Um,
There are
yep.
approximately, I want you to make a guess. How many Paraguayans live in the United States, Mike?
uh, More than 100,000?
That is over.
Is that 100,000 is over?
Yeah. Significantly over, actually.
30,000?
You hit the midpoint of the estimate was 25 to 35,000.
Okay.
Yeah, it says one of the smallest Hispanic groups in the U.S.
Yeah, it's not a very big country in terms of population, and it's far away. So
Yeah. So there you go. Probably now, if every U.S. based Paraguayan descent soccer fan makes it to SoFi, it still should be a U.S. dominated crowd.
yeah, yeah. Paraguay only has about 7 million people.
Yeah, there's a good chance that the U.S. crowd will be the louder segment
Mhm.
in that stadium at that time. We don't really expect that though for a lot of the potential matchups, though. We have seen much louder crowds for other nations.
Yeah, yeah. Like if it was Mexico or something like that in Los Angeles, that might be
Yeah,
a different story. It might be largely pro-Mexican uh, crowd.
we
But
kind of saw that in the World Baseball Classic too, with the in the games that were in Miami. It had like
mhm,
very loud non-U.S. fan crowds during that tournament, right?
yes.
So yeah,
Okay. Well,
but
we'll see.
anyway,
We'll see what happens with the World Cup. We'll have a little bit more of a preview next week. We are also beginning the finals of the NHL and the NBA. NHL finals are starting today, Tuesday, June 2nd. And I think it's tied right now going into the third period between Las Vegas and Carolina. So the two warm weather teams ended up winning their series. Um,
Vegas has scored an early third period goal.
oh,
So
so Vegas is
they're up
four
four
to
to
three,
three
4-3 in the
right
third
now
period.
as we're recording this.
Okay. So we'll see what happens with that game. I don't really care who wins this one.
Canadian
It's
teams are out.
a
It's
warm
all
weather
warm weather
team.
teams,
Maybe. Yeah.
but no Florida teams.
No Florida teams at least. At least they're somewhat you can get cold at night in the desert, and I guess it can snow in North Carolina. So
Sure. Probably not a lot of natural ice hockey being played in either of those locations
no,
during at any
probably not.
point during any year,
No,
typically.
no. I would guess it would be more in Las Vegas than in Charlotte, but just because
Just because
there's
there are probably some kind of location there that where they have an indoor
more
rink,
arena space and more ice shows, things like that, probably, I would guess.
the
Um,
spectacle sort of
yeah, yeah,
that Las Vegas likes to provide.
yes. But also speaking of spectacle, the NBA Finals are about to start. New York has been waiting for their opponent, and they finally have their opponent, and it's not Oklahoma City, but it's San Antonio. The Spurs pulled out Game 7 in Oklahoma City, down 3-2 in the series. They won the last two games. Um, do you think the Spurs are in the Western Conference has been the better conference over the past several years? Um, do you think the Spurs are battle tested and going to be ready to beat the Knicks, or are they going to be too tired and have the Knicks? The Knicks will be able to, uh, you know, be well rested and run all over San Antonio. Is there what's your prediction for the series, Dr. Scaff? I believe the favorite San Antonio is still the favorite, but the Knicks are not overwhelming underdogs.
Yeah. Well, I think it was interesting that we talked last week. We talked about the Knicks. Uh, maybe that as a betting fan, betting on the Knicks while that series was still going on, you could have gotten a premium on Knicks winning the title. During our last episode, there was plus 280, and now it's only down to one plus 160. So you could have had a premium if you
Yes.
bought when we talked last time.
Yeah, if you follow
Um,
the patented advice of the Warning Track Power Hour, you would be sitting pretty on the Knicks'
yeah,
potential win. Especially
I,
since,
I
yeah, it would be, yeah, if it had been against Oklahoma City, I'm sure the the Thunder would have been the overwhelming favorite. But
yeah,
as it is now, then the Knicks, I think, have a shot. I'm gonna
yeah.
roll with the Knicks in this. I'm gonna say Knicks in six to
Sort of
make it so for
cautious optimism on the Knicks.
yeah my for my
Is what it
rhyming
is.
purposes as well.
Yes.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
You,
Well, I think yeah, I think the Knicks are more rested. They should be ready to go. Although I still like the NBA more when Knicks and New York in general fans are not happy though. I think it's more I find it more entertaining when New York fans are not happy. So
because
I'll be okay with it if the Spurs run it out. I'm not sure though that it's do you think this is the beginning of the Wembanyama era? Or do you
it
think
could
this is an early test before he becomes the face of the league?
yeah it could be depends on how well they are doing, but yeah you still have the yeah I don't know the Knicks are I don't know who they can have guard Wembanyama, but I guess Karl Anthony Towns or somebody like
Yeah,
that.
he's a
But
solid defender, right? So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we'll
Wembanyama
see.
is a handful to try
Yeah,
to guard.
yeah. Let's see what. Yeah, I don't know who the.
Yeah, who's guarded him in the past from the Knicks when they've matched up before? I don't know. That's what I don't watch the NBA that closely to
Yeah.
have
Mitchell
them compare.
Robinson is injured for the Knicks, so that's maybe a possibility, a problem that they have on the inside guarding Wembanyama.
Hmm.
Uh, he underwent surgery last week to repair a broken pinky,
Oh,
and he'll try to play, uh, but he's
you don't need your pinkies to play
mhm.
basketball, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Uh, but yeah, I think this. I don't know. And the Spurs are underdogs, I think, but I think the way they've been playing in the playoffs has been really really good. So maybe they can ride the momentum
Well, they are
into.
favorites going into the finals, though. Spurs.
I mean, yeah, the Spurs are favorites. So the Knicks, I think, though, have been
The
can
Knicks have
ride.
been the underdogs, so you know.
Yeah, I think they can ride their momentum. They've won 11 straight playoff games. Maybe they can win it. Maybe they can steal an early one against the Spurs in San Antonio, and then go back
So
and
Vegas is a slight underdog in the NHL. Do you have a preference in the NHL games, or do you not care?
I don't really care. I guess I I don't think who's Vegas. I guess won a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think
Two,
Has
three,
Carolina has
4 years
Carolina
ago.
not. I don't think Carolina's won one maybe for a
I
while. Have they
don't
won
think
anything?
so.
So I guess Carolina maybe. I don't know.
My guess is that it will be end up being Vegas.
Well, whoever wins game one has an advantage. So the Hurricanes by far had the better year.
Hmm.
They were they 113 points on the season to only 95 points for the Golden Knights. So
Carolina did win the 2006 Stanley Cup final.
2006 Stanley Cup Finals. So it's been 20 years.
The 2005, 2006 seasons, the 2006 Cup. Yeah, they beat the
I guess
Oilers in seven.
I guess if you like the Hartford Whalers, that's who the Carolina Panthers used to be. Maybe root for Carolina just because of the old Whaler connection. I guess they're both nautical themed
Yes.
teams, but yeah, I don't really care. Uh,
Ah,
One team has to win, I guess. And now it's 4-4, so it looks like it's tied in the third period between Vegas and Carolina. We'll probably end our broadcast
it's possible.
before the game ends, because now we just have a little bit of time to talk Kansas City Royals, who have been just awful, still just stinking it up. Uh, they're, I believe, tied for the worst record in the league now after tonight's loss, where they blew another game in the ninth inning. 23 and 38,
They
11 and a half games out of first place already. Is Yeah, they're would you say they're cooked?
they appear to be cooked, Mike. Yes, that's what it seems like. They don't seem to be getting any better. They don't seem to be making better decisions. Players seem to be getting now starting to take injuries more so. Michael Garcia, the
Mhm.
hamstring pull. He's been out for a couple of games,
Yeah,
although not on the injured list as of yet.
yeah, by far the worst road record.
Just
Yeah,
terrible on the road. 8-21 on the season now.
yeah,
Yikes. But yeah, closer is apparently having issues now. Like Ursek has not done well in his last three appearances, two blown saves, and was bad in a non-save opportunity.
yeah. They just don't have it right now. I don't know what they're
Not
gonna
looking
do.
good.
Not looking good. Witt has kind of been struggling too. He's down. His batting average is down. Um, they just
Some of
haven't.
other players have been hitting better as of late. Pasquantino had started to pick up a little bit. Lionel Massey's been playing really well the last 3 games. He hit home runs in 2 of the last 3. Cagliano's been playing a little better. They actually played him today against a left-handed pitcher. He got on
Hmm.
base twice against lefties after hitting a home run off of a lefty, I
Yeah,
think 2 days ago.
they did. Yeah, they have lost one, two, three, four, five, six, seven out of their last eight. They have
Yeah, well,
lost.
they were on a 6 game losing streak before they finally beat the Reds yesterday. They played quite well yesterday, but because they hit a couple of big home runs. Cagliano hit a home run. Lane Thomas hit a grand slam in the first inning.
Yes.
Did you see they managed to they had a 4-0 lead right off the bat on 4 runs on only one hit,
Well, good for them.
two walks and a hit batter, and then a grand slam.
Grand Slam. That's how they drew it up.
It's the most efficient way to use your hits right and score
Yeah.
runs. Yes,
Yeah, I don't know
typically not a Royals inning there at all. Yeah, they've not really been a team to draw walks or hit home runs, and definitely not timely hits this season that have
no,
happened.
they've just been bad. I don't know what we can add. They've been the lineup has been impotent. The bullpen has been bad. The starters have been pretty good for the most part. They blew a good starting game by Noah Cameron today. He only allowed one run through 7 innings. Um, but
Only
yeah,
the one hit too, wasn't it? Just like one bad
yeah,
pitch. Essentially, it was a solo
one
home
solo
run.
home run, one solo home run. Yeah, 8 strikeouts,
Yeah.
no walks. Um,
But man, I mean, just seeing the lineup before the game starts, like it was not something that inspired confidence at all. Like it was Lane
well,
Thomas was leading off.
without
Tyler
Garcia,
Tolbert was in the lineup also
yeah, well, Lane Thomas at least gets on base. Um,
sometimes. He did a grand slam yesterday, but then it's still like they had him leading off though. It's like, well, I mean, he did well out of the sixth position yesterday. Why jump him to the leadoff spot? Does that make sense? I don't understand how that even crosses anyone's mind to even think that, let alone write it down on a card and hand it in to the umpire, Mike. This is does not it does not compute. It does not
well,
make
or else just
sense.
they don't have any people to put in that are good hitters.
They
If
have Bobby Witt.
well, that's it. They
So
have
why
Witt.
so why I mean Bobby Witt could be a leadoff hitter. So why don't you just use him as a leadoff hitter? What's the
Well,
difference? What's the difference between one or two?
I don't
You
know.
may as well just hit him one. Like
Maybe.
why are they resistant to this? It makes no sense. Just put your best hitter in the number one spot and go from there. They won't do it. They just won't do it.
Well, if they have Garcia in there, it looks okay. But yeah, without Garcia, I think maybe they
They
should just
don't
bet.
have it.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's rearranging the deck chairs of the Titanic at this point.
I mean, you got to work with what you have, and
They just don't have any offensive
yeah, but if you don't have the
talent.
players you want, does that mean you just purposefully put a bad lineup together? Like you just write down players in a random order? It's not random. It's the same nonsensical usage every time.
Well, I don't know who you put. I don't know. If you don't want Witten first, who do you put first?
I mean, just put them. The easiest thing to do is just look at their on base percentages and just stack them 1 to 9. Just put them in the order that their odds of their getting on base is.
Well, you might have. Yeah, Tolbert would be is currently number one in on base percentage ahead of Witt even. So you put him as number one. He's a fast guy.
But he would fit more of the traditional speedy leadoff hitter
Yeah,
type. Yeah, he was on base a couple of times today.
2 walks,
He was yeah, had a couple
big
walks,
hit,
but like
and hit.
in the
Yeah.
his first at bat, he looked terrible at the plate. I don't understand what he was even how he got on base later because he looked awful in that first at bat. He was like swinging at pitches that were like bouncing a couple of feet in front of the plate, swung at one that was like maybe 2 or 3 feet off of the plate too. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised he drew walks after seeing that plate appearance.
Well, I don't
Some of
know.
that's just not getting enough playing time to really
Yeah, it's I just
comfortable.
don't know what we can what they're gonna do. They just need to turn things around, and uh I think yeah. So we had said that I think they needed. I think I had said before last week they had needed to go 7-3 on this road trip to have any semblance of a chance to kind of get back into things. They already have. They're not going to be able to, even if they win the rest of the road trip, they'll still only be 6-4. So
Yeah. Yeah. They've already taken four losses in 5 games. So yes, it'd be tough. It'd be very difficult to go 7-3.
well,
They've already taken four
if they
losses.
win their next five, at least maybe you think, oh, they're maybe only 8 games out of 8 games out of first place rather than 11 and a half. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
not looking good. Um, so yeah, might
Yeah.
be good thing the World Cup is coming. Good thing the Chiefs are coming. I think this year, I think there might be some changes, wholesale changes taking place in the offseason if the Royals don't dramatically turn things around because they're wasting Bobby Witt's career at this point. You don't want him to turn into another Mike Trout kind of situation.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Mike Trout situation though, they were putting high caliber players around him and they still weren't
Yeah,
winning.
they were trying. At least they were trying. And
Yeah.
they brought in Pujols. They brought in, they had Otani for a while. They had some big name players on in that lineup, but
Yeah.
they just couldn't. Either he couldn't stay healthy, or the team just couldn't do it. But
They even brought, Joe Madden in to coach the team too, and
yeah,
because he'd had success at every other location he'd been, right?
yeah,
He
yeah,
went he went to a World Series with Tampa, won a World Series with the Cubs,
hmm
and then still lost in
and
Anaheim.
Anaheim, yeah. Well, I guess yeah, the Royals right now are tied with the Angels as one of having the worst record uh,
Oof, yeah,
in the American League in baseball, 23 and 38. Uh, the Angels are 23 and 38, as are the Colorado Rockies. So um, even the Tigers now are ahead of the Royals. They're 24 and 38. So one game, half game up. But yeah, we'll see what happens. The Royals need to turn things around quickly if they don't want to just be out of things by July 1st, which is what seems like it's going to happen. But um,
yeah.
well, at least we have other sporting events this summer to look forward to with the World Cup and
The silver lining.
uh, the NFL season coming along not too long from now. So yeah, we'll have that. I don't know. So we also have the Belmont Stakes to look forward to this weekend. Renegade, I believe, is the favorite over Golden Tempo and
Kentucky Derby winner,
uh, something Captain Wallaby. What is it? I can't remember his
yeah.
name. Um,
Chief Wallaby
Chief Wallaby.
was the third of the favorites.
Yeah, Chief Wallaby, Renegade, Golden Tempo. I don't know who's. It's up in Saratoga. Are you going to be watching the Belmont Stakes this year, Andrew?
I might try to catch it. I always don't actually realize what time the race is. Usually, the coverage starts at a certain time, and it's like 3 hours of whatever. I don't really care, but the race is
Hmm.
at some unknown time to me, at least. But I'll be voting on the longest shot. Maybe you should put some money on the Vitruvian Man,
And
Mike.
Vitruvian Man, 30 to 1.
30 to 1.
Yeah. Uh, or Otinho, 20 to 1. His second longest odds.
Yes.
The Renegade. Uh, Yeah, go. Yeah, there's only 9 horses in it, so um,
Yeah, small. Is that the normal field size
yeah,
for it?
usually,
Seems pretty
usually
small.
Belmont's the smallest of
But
the
but
three.
this isn't actually at Belmont.
Yeah, but it's the Belmont Stakes is usually the smallest of the three
Right,
in
it doesn't
terms
matter.
of
But
numbers.
the track length is different than traditional Belmont.
Yeah, it's a shorter length. So the
Yeah.
Belmont is a mile and a half. This is only a mile and a quarter. So it's the same length as the Kentucky Derby is. So maybe you think Golden Temple might have it since this is the same length rather than a horse that maybe runs better in longer races. I'm not sure.
Mm.
But we'll see what happens with that. Anything else we want to add before we wrap up this week's episode of the Power Hour? There's not a whole lot of news, local news that's good news anyway. We have again the World Cup coming up starting next week. We have the NBA NHL Finals starting, and we have the Royals doing terribly. Chiefs, who knows what's going to happen with them? And we have some other bits and pieces here and there. Uh, let's see. I did finally watch Ludwig. I finally finished
Oh,
that show. It was
what'd you think
pretty
of
good.
it?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
There should be a second season coming out at some point
Yeah, I think it's pretty soon, I think. Yeah.
soon um,
Yeah,
with
I gotta
David
pick that.
Mitchell.
Yeah. What did you think of him as a dramatic actor rather than the more like sort of dry comedy that we've seen him in the past?
He did fine.
Which
He
one
did
won?
great. He was great. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
I thought the show was really good. It was really entertaining.
yeah, it was a good show. So if
Yeah.
you any viewers, listeners out there, if you have BritBox, you can watch Ludwig.
Yes.
That's what I watched it on. Um,
Very good.
Yeah. So anyway, I believe that's about all we have here this week at the Power Hour. As always, I am Dr. Michael Werman. He is Dr. Andrew Scaff. We are the Warning Track Power Hour. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast, available on many different podcast delivery platforms, including the one you're likely using right now. We thank you for your viewership or your listenership, your patronage, however that might come across. We are happy to have you as part of the Warning Track Power Hour family. We're thrilled that you were sticking around listening to us blather on and on about topics that we shouldn't have to talk about. Especially, more Royals failures than we should have to keep talking about. They should be doing better somehow. I don't know who's somebody's head should roll. Is that your opinion, Dr. Scaff? Or would you clean house entirely? Get rid of the general manager, get rid of the uh, front office, get rid of everybody?
The only way to fix it is to gut the whole thing. It's all rot, Mike,
Try to
unfortunately.
get something new before the new stadium gets built downtown in
And the
three,
sooner
four
the
years.
better, Mike. The
Yeah,
sooner the better. Because you can't fix anything until you go ahead and get rid of all this nonsense. And like
yeah.
they should have done this when they decided to change course from Dayton Moore, but they kept all of Dayton Moore's people in place. So this is on the owner for not making that full change when he should have. He didn't like the direction.
Well, we like the
What do you
direction the
do?
Warrior Power Hour is taking, so we aren't going to make any changes, wholesale changes around here. But we will be back next week with another exciting episode. Hopefully, the Royals will have turned things around at least a little bit between now and then. Maybe they'll be on a short winning streak, and we can talk about how they're suddenly improving and maybe working their way back into the playoff race. It's unlikely, but we can always hope. Um, but we'll at least have the NBA and NHL finals to look at as something interesting happening. I'm in particular looking forward to the NBA finals with the Knicks. See how their recent success will translate against a Western Conference power, and it'll be nice to see what Wembanyama does in the postseason. Um, yeah, it was a little surprising. I think that they beat Oklahoma City to me, but
Yeah,
winning Game 7 in Oklahoma City. So,
close
but
games though.
yeah, yeah, we'll see what happens. Uh, we wish you the best of luck if you're making bets this weekend on the Belmont Stakes or on the NBA or NHL Finals or futures bets in the NFL. Maybe you're going to be putting money down on the Rams now that they're you could probably get a better number later, I would guess, on the Rams than right now because they just made those big splashy plays. Now they're 6-1.
Yeah.
I bet they'll fade a little bit as time gets closer to the beginning of the regular season. Maybe get down to 8-1 or something like that. But I wouldn't make a bet right now, but on them. But I think you missed your window for a little while if you if you're thinking the Rams are the favorites. But we'll see what happens. And I'm looking forward to see what happens with Mahomes making his comeback. See what happens with the Chiefs. See if Rashee Rice can get his head straight between now and the training camp. All sorts of things to look forward to on that end. But we also will
Maybe
have
most importantly, which warm weather team will win
the
Stanley
Stanley
Cup?
Cup. Yeah,
That's what you're
and,
that's what you're really wondering. Vegas is up 5-4 with 1 minute to go.
Vegas up 5-4. It looks like Las Vegas will take game one. Although there's probably extra attacker on the ice.
Yeah, they will have pulled their goalkeeper by now, I would think, for Carolina. So
Yeah, so it could either be 6-4 by the end of the game or a 5-5 tie, an empty netter at the end. But yeah, the Golden Knights are had 5-4, 1 minute remaining. We won't stick around. Who knows how long that 1 minute will last. So
yeah,
uh,
it could go to
we'll
overtime. Who knows?
we'll leave you all in suspense. By the time you listen to this on Thursday, you'll know who has won that game by now anyway. So
Yeah,
um, uh, and hopefully we'll be back talking next week, maybe about more media, more TV, more interesting things to watch. Uh, our current recommendation is Ludwig uh, from about
good
two
show.
years. It's about 2 years ago now, but
Yeah, but it's season two.
season two coming
It's a
up
good time
soon.
to catch up on and either rewatch or catch up for the first time ahead of the season two release.
Yeah, Ludwig season two slated to premiere in the fall of
Yeah,
2026.
still not a bad time to
Yes.
watch it for the first time or rewatch it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right. Well, here at the Warning Truck Power Hour, we'll leave you there, and we wish you the best of luck this week if you're making bets. We wish you uh, a good weekend, and more importantly, a good day. Thank you.